Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. I'm so excited to share with you this little Post-it pad holder that I designed just the other night, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So let's get started making this cute little project. The base is made out of a piece of cardstock, in this case rich raspberry, and this is cut at 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we want to use our Simply Scored scoring tool, and along the 7 3/4 side we're going to score at 5 and at 5 3/8. Turn it a 1/4 of a turn so that the 5 1/4 side is along, and we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch and an inch. And since we don't want to do high math, we'll just flip it to the other side. Again, put the 5 1/4 inch side along the top and score again at 1/2 inch and an inch. Okay, so now we've got our scoring done. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to trim out this top section here to make this part of our holder. And so what I want to do is take my paper snips, and you can also use your Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and I'm going to cut along the 1 inch score line. And just trim that completely out till we get to, here's the 5 inch score line, and this is the 5 3/8. We're going to take it all the way up to the 5 3/8 score line and trim out that rectangle section, and do the same thing on the other side. So now when you're done, you're going to have this like big boxy T looking things, so you can just discard those. And now what we want to do is take our bone folder and let's get some nice crisp edges on our cardstock. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and again with our bone folder, we'll burnish all of the other score lines that we have. And this is going to make our cute little Post-it holder box. And with this size, you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. Next, what we want to do is use either the Fast Fuse, this is the permanent adhesive, or the red sticky strip, and we're going to apply strong adhesive on these 2 flaps here. So if we turn the first, or this 1/2 inch fold line on each one, we'll turn those in and we'll apply strong adhesive on either side of those flaps. So I have my sticky strip put on either side of this. I've already peeled off the one side, and now let's go ahead and we'll peel off the other. And this little bottom section is going to adhere to our longer section, and this is going to form our pocket. So I'm going to tuck this in and get it lined up here and line up the edges, and the same thing on the other side. Get a nice seam. I like tucking it in because that way it has a nice clean look to the back. You could wrap it around the back, and then you just would want to put a matting piece on the back. And there's our pocket. It's all ready to be decorated, and just that simple. So now let's get to decorating. The designer paper that I'm using today is from the Sweet Taffy Designer Series paper pack. And this insert is cut at 3 by 4. And I'm going to go ahead and just use some multi-purpose glue. Again, I wanted a strong adhesive with, the Post-it pads coming in and out of it. And I'm going to line it up. And you're absolutely right. I know what you're thinking. This would have been easier to have done before you fold up the lines, and that's true. That's absolutely true. But while we're making it the first time together, I thought I would just, show you the box construction and then play catch up on the design. And then the bottom section here, this is cut at 3 by 2 1/8. And again, wanting a little strong adhesive, so I'm using the multi-purpose glue and putting that down. Okay, the other elements that I have on our little Post-it pad holder are the Be the Star stamp set. So I used the larger image, the smaller star, and then the rock star. And I used the corresponding star framelets that would, match up that image. And even though rock star isn't necessarily, a star, I wanted to go ahead and use one of the sizes of stars that would actually cut that out just perfectly. So those 3 sizes are consecutive, what am I trying to say? Nesting sizes. Don't try to use big words, Dee. It gets you in trouble every time. And then I took my rich raspberry ink, which is what I use to stamp it with, of course, so that we do all of our matchy-matchy stuff. And I've got our sponge dauber, and with that, we'll just ink around the edges. I really want to pop, the shapes of the stars, and do that with all of them. That way they all have that definition and a little more dimension to it by highlighting the outside of it. Use sponge daubers or your Stampin' sponge, whatever you're most comfortable with using. And one more to go, the little star. And we're all set. So then all I did was go ahead and with the multi-purpose glue adhere down the 2 sentiments, and then did a little fan folding on the star and to give it a little more dimension there. That's just an optional look that you could do. And adding some rhinestones to it to get some bling. So that's the decoration. And then I thought what I would show you too is the added touch that I did for the Post-it note. So when the Post-it note, let's see, was plain, I've got a little bit of glue on my grid paper there. When I had just the Post-it note by itself, I thought, gosh, I wish it would coordinate just a little bit. And so I thought I would go ahead and decorate my Post-it note that's going to go in there. And what I did is, I didn't stamp all of the pages, but on the first few, I stamped that little star image. And so this is the little starburst that's in the Be the Star stamp set. And again, taking the rich raspberry, just going to add a little coordinating element to the top part of my Post-it note. So stamping around all 4 corners. We'll do a little differently this time. Oops, boogered that up. Wonderful with Post-it notes. Voila! Let's start on another one. 4 corners, real fast. There we go. And then bringing in work of art. Yes, I've been playing with this all the time. I don't know why I keep gravitating for this one. Grabbing the sentiment Just For and put that in there. And then the You image from work of art. Just for you. Too cute. Who would not love to get that? And then taking my basic jewel rhinestones. I like to use my paper piercer to pick those up. You can add a little element there just like we did here to carry it over. And then if you wanted to, you could take the, the stamp image and continue on with basically a customized Post-it note through however many pages that you want to. If you want to do all of the pages or the little pads in your Post-it note, you could so do that. I tend to just do a few of them just to kind of, let them know after they take that first one off. And then it's ready to tuck in there. Now how much more coordinated does that look? I love it. So I hope you enjoy making your little Post-it note holders. These would be perfect, I think, for a teacher gift, you know, for the girls at the office. Obviously, you could decorate them up for the holidays, maybe use them in your craft fairs, girls and guys. So anyways, hope you like making the Post-it note holder. I know I enjoy doing it, and I'll probably use it throughout many different seasons, and I'll make sure to share those with you guys. Happy crafting, everybody. Bye-bye.